This week's parsha is Parshas Beshalach. Beshalach begins with the exodus of the Jewish people from Egypt. And it says that the Jewish people were led by Hashem not to travel through the land of the Plishtim. The land of the Plishtim would have been the most direct route for the Jewish people to travel to Israel, because it would carry them right along the coast of the Mediterranean Sea, which would have been by far the fastest route. Instead, God directs the Jewish people to travel along the Sinai Desert, which of course is a totally out-of-the-way course. And the verse states that the reason is, Lo nacham Elokim derech etz plishtim ki karov hu. Hashem did not lead the Jewish people through the land of the Plishtim because it was close. The Medrash says that the reason why, in truth, that the Jewish people did not travel through the land of the Plishtim was because 30 years prior to this exodus, a contingent of the tribe of Ephraim decided to forcefully exit Egypt. They decided that the time had come for the Jewish people to leave, and they were going to leave whether they had the permission of the Egyptians, of Paro, or not. And they did leave. What occurred, though, was that they were annihilated in a war with a certain nation as they traveled in the most direct route to Israel, and 30,000 people from the tribe of Ephraim perished. And it was a great tragedy. And the Jewish people, were they to travel the direct route, would encounter the valley of Dura, where the bones of the tribe of Ephraim, of 30,000 people from the tribe of Ephraim, were found. Now, it's interesting just to understand why specifically Ephraim came up with this idea. Where did Ephraim get the idea that they should forcefully exit Egypt? Ephraim, of course, is the son of Yosef. Yosef was the viceroy to Paro. And during Yosef's life, his children, no doubt, were exalted. They were of royal family. Their father held the second to highest position in the land of Egypt. He ruled over the Egyptians, and Paro was very enamored with his viceroy. He listened to whatever he said. Now, because of this, though, when the sons of Ephraim and the sons of his sons, his descendants, were enslaved, the feeling that they felt was so much more powerful. They used to be of royal lineage. They used to be treated as royalty, and now they were slaves. Because of this, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky says that they felt the slavery, the subjugation, more than anybody else, and therefore they exited first. They tried to exit early, forcefully. He adds that also Ephraim grew up in Egyptian culture. And in Egyptian culture, when you want something, you take it away forcefully. Now, we know from history of Jewish exiles that the only time we ever were redeemed from exiles was only not through war, not through forceful means. It was always by miraculous means of the regime that we were under, willfully letting us exit their subjugation or ruler. But Ephraim, who grew up in the culture of Egypt, his view was that one should forcefully leave a culture which is subjugating you, and therefore they left forcefully. That's the reason why Ephraim specifically was the one who decided to exit early and also exit forcefully from Egypt. Unfortunately, they were not successful, and 30,000 of their people were killed, and their bones were found in the area that was close to Egypt, and therefore the Jewish people had to travel the roundabout route to Israel. Just a historical note, then they were resurrected in the times of Yechezkel, of Ezekiel, and they lived. That's a story for a different time. The The question, though, is why specifically Ephraim? Ephraim, remember, is only one of two sons of Yosef. Why did Ephraim come up with this idea more than Menashe? What was the difference between Ephraim and Menashe that Ephraim would be more influenced by the Egyptian culture, would be more feel more the subjugation of the Egyptians, and therefore decide to exit more than Menashe? Have a good Shabbos.